This is Deductor, and I am so excited to bring you my favorite game of 2024, Unicorn Overlord on the Switch. I bought a game capture card just to bring you this video because this game is so unbelievably good that everybody needs to play it. If you love strategy games, this is just the bee's knees. So, what is this game? Well, I don't know how to explain exactly, except it's a JRPG and it has a really fun tactical battle system. So, it's too hard to explain with words. You gotta see what is going on. So why don't we do a new game? Now, full disclosure, I have beaten the main game. So this new game, I will play on the unlockable difficulty, and let's see how that goes. But first, some cutscenes.
I beg you, my queen, take leave of this place while you're still able.
To where, I might ask? Nigh every last of Cornia's lords has forsaken us in favor of the traitor Valmore. No refuge remains for a crowned fugitive. Yet the general seeks my death and mine alone. I shall not flee from that fate. Though you still can, a sole rider with Elaine at your side. Take him, Joseph. Raise that delicate seedling into a sturdy tree capable of weathering the harsh climes that await. And pray safeguard the ring of the unicorn as well. Hold it close to you until Elaine is a man grown. He will have need of the power it bears.
My queen,
Mother? Are they coming for us?
Heed well these words, Elaine. I say this not as your mother, but as your queen. From here forth, you're to treat Joseph's command as though it were spoken directly with my tongue. Do you understand?
Of course, but is there something amiss?
My faith and more lies with you, Joseph. I only pray it is enough. Farewell, and may the heavens guide you.
Why are you just standing there, Joseph? Aren't you going to help her?
would that I were able, my prince. Come, we've not a minute to spare.
Valmore. Bar all exits to the city. The queen is not to leave these walls alive. Elenia. Our great general, reduced to little more than a base trader. You'll find my head not so easily parted from my shoulders, Valmore. I wonder if you can say the same. Eldrick, come everyone. We march this day for Her Majesty, Elenia. Unit movement. Move the cursor with the left radio button thingy, I don't know what that thing is called, to select allied units and command them to move across the battle stage. Select Queen Elenia's unit and use the move command to make them march toward Valmore's position. Alright, let's select
Destiny
Elenia.
awaits.
and we'll move to Valmore.
Make haste!
So, if you have no idea what's going on, that's perfectly okay. These are just cutscene battles.
Brace yourself!
I trust you. I shall protect you. Behold my might. Does this suit you? Enjoy this.
My magic is yours. I must fight on!
Once you're familiar with the game, this battle makes a lot. It's very fitting. I'm gonna pause it just briefly to. I want to call out some names here: Holdrick, Renault, Gailey, and Alcina. These names, they do matter.
On your guard!
It's up to you. You'll see no harm. Does this suit you?
Ready yourself!
I am your shield. You'll see no harm. We shall see our duty through. I trust you.
Go. Strike them!
Raise your shield.
How's this? Victory is ours!
Seize her!
Enlighten me, Valmore. To what end do you seek to usurp my throne?
Self-centered fool. It's not merely your throne I aspire towards. It's all of them. Zenoira are the rightful sovereigns of Fevrith, and I, the blade to restore our world to its natural order.
You seek to plunge the continent into war. Fevrith need not suffer your delusions.
A proper ruler demands unity, not pointless politicking with insufferable neighbors. Now, I shall achieve that unity through conquest and reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
I would sooner see you slain by my hand!
I promise you, my queen, the royal lineage shall endure. 'Tis but a great shame I couldn't aid you further.
All has gone according to plan, my lord.
And yet our work only just begins. We stand now at a new dawn for Fevrith, one which will see Zenoira's dominion restored at last. Curious, though, that we've no trace of the old knight's captain.
About that, my lord. A lone cavalry unit was spotted riding through the eastern gate before it was barred.
Then the boy is lost to us. A truth obscured only by his mother's futile attempt at a counter-offensive. It would seem I underestimated her penchant for deception.
Year 895 of the Hallowed Chronicle. Claiming himself a scion of the fallen Sonoran Empire, Cornea's once decorated General Valmor rebelled against his erstwhile home at the seat of its monarchy, Gran Corinne. Its queen, Elenia, bold in the face of this staggering betrayal, stood unshrinking as the shield to her son Elaine's safe flight, and mustering what meager forces remained by her side, she rallied a defense as valorous as it was damned. With Cornea's queen lost, care of the young prince fell to her faithful knight, Joseph, who took wing beyond Valmor's wretched grasp to asylum on the Forned Isle of Palavia in the Holy Kingdom of Albion. And boastfully proclaiming himself Bevrith's new emperor, Valmor donned a second name, Calarius, and began a relentless onslaught the continent's nations could only but struggle against. Yet each realm's endeavors fell in vain time and again, and ere long Sonoira's vile dominion was realized. His blood-soaked unification come to bear, few dared stand against the ironclad fist of Emperor Galerius. Embers of resistance burned on, yet the downtrodden could cling only to furtive hopes of liberation. Desperate prayers which fell upon deaf ears night after unceasing night. 10 years have passed since the Shroud of War first set over Cornea.
The Unicorn Ring.
I wonder if those two are at it again. Well, that takes care of the altar. I suppose I should be getting back.
Sorry, Elaine, but this round's mine.
Ah, you always were the optimist.
Damn it! You got a good hit in, I'll give you that. There's just no stopping you these days.
Yet you've grown no less than I have. Still, we could likely train for the rest of our lives, and even then, never manage to best Joseph.
Weird to think he's back on the mainland now. Finally making that Liberation Army thing a reality, huh? Guess that means we'll be going up against Sonoira soon.
Indeed it does. The people of Cornea are suffering, Lex, crying out for whatever help will hear their pleas. Should I turn a deaf ear to those voices, I would have little and less claim to the crown I feel is mine. That, and I owe it to my mother to see them safe.
Well, yeah, but Sonoira's got the whole world in the palm of their hand. How are we gonna fight back against that?
The earth may be theirs, but the heavens will surely favor those who stand for justice.
You got a point there. Sorry for not sounding all too confident. Just make sure you don't take it all on yourself. I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thank you, Lex. You know I can't do this without you.
Oh, stop. You're gonna make me blush. Anyway, that's enough training for today. We're gonna miss lunch if we don't get moving.
I suppose it is that time.
You see something out there?
It's a ship.
Looks like they're flying Zenoira colors, too.
This island is no longer safe. We have to tell the others.
With you there. You head for the cathedral. I'll make sure the town knows what's coming.
Seal off the harbor, and do it quick! Not a soul gets off this island under our watch. All soldiers have alighted, sir!
Dispatch the vanguard to the cathedral. And remember, we're to apprehend the target alive.
Understood, sir!
Did you notice anything special about that Zenoiran
O
captain?
Heavenly Father, ruler of land and sky above, we pray this day for deliverance from evil. Grant us the meager sustenance to nourish our fragile bodies in the times to come. Guide our lost souls on the path to salvation. Shine down your radiant light upon us, for darkness looms thick through all corners of Fevrith. Such is my request as your humble servant. In the name of the guardian unicorn, and that of the Holy Mother. Is that you, Elaine? How many times must I ask you not to stomp around in the cathedral? What is the meaning of this?
Well, look what we've got here. Seems we're the first to show. Rough her up if you want, but don't forget, the girl dies and our heads will roll too.
Such depravity will not go unpunished. Not in the house of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah? Then you'd best get to praying. She's fast.
Not as fast as us.
What the?
Scarlet, are you hurt?
Only a little shaken, that's all. What's happening to us, Elaine?
A ship has come ashore on Palavian soil. One hoisting the banner of the Zenoiran army.
And are they aware that you're the Crown Prince?
I can't say for certain, but we know one thing. These people are our enemy, and they must be stopped.
Yes. My cathedral will see no more bloodshed this day. Come, let's move outside.
Your Highness, it's a relief to see you unharmed.
Hold on. Where's Lex?
He went ahead to alert the town. We'd best find him and get to the harbor.
Indeed. But first, my prince, this belongs to you.
A ring?
The Ring of the Unicorn. Queen Elenia wished for you to have it. In truth, I had intended to wait till signs of age played more deeply across your face. But we no longer have such luxury. I have the utmost faith you'll see it secured.
A keepsake from my mother. Thank you for this, Joseph. Truly.
Make no further mention of it. Now, let us be off.
Battle stages. Battle stages are the fields of combat where allied and enemy units wage war in real time. Each battle stage has victory conditions that must be fulfilled in order to complete it, such as defeating the enemy commander. Deploying units. Allied units can be deployed from any base flying a blue flag. First, move the cursor to the command post, then give Elaine's unit the order to deploy. Tutorial battle. Alright, we're gonna deploy Elaine's unit. Deploying a unit consumes 1 Valor point from the gauge displayed in the upper left of the screen. Valor points can be replenished by defeating enemies, liberating towns and fortresses, and more. Scarlet, Elaine, look! They've already reached the town. Elaine, then we know our first aim. We must dispatch those soldiers as quickly as possible.
The time is at hand.
Alright, let's move Elaine to the enemy. Battle menu. When an allied unit encounters an enemy unit, the battle menu will appear at the bottom of the screen. Use it to organize your forces and view enemy details before battle. Select battle once you've finished preparing to enter the fray. Flow of battle. Battles play out automatically according to various predetermined rules. First, a combatant's initiative determines their turn order within battle. When a combatant's turn arrives, they will use one of their active skills. Using an active skill consumes action points. Combatants will take turns using active skills in order according to their initiatives. Battle will continue until all combatants run out of AP. Passive skills will trigger automatically when certain conditions are met, such as being hit with an attack. First, Elaine's Noble Guard skill triggers when he is attacked, causing him to protect himself. Use a passive skill consumes PP passive points. Next, Scarlet's Quick Heal skill triggers when an ally takes damage, thus healing that ally.
Easy now.
Finally, the enemy's Parting Blow skill triggers at the end of battle, performing an additional attack. The battle will end when all combatants have run out of AP, or when all combatants on one side have been defeated. You can also press Y to view the battle log and review the skills that were used in battle.
Good.
So there's Y, and we can see the exact order of how things played out. Battle results. If neither unit is defeated in a battle, the side with the lower percentage HP remaining is the loser. Waiting. Upon losing a battle, defeated unit is knocked back and enters a waiting state, rendering it immobile for a short time. We almost have them. Just one more push.
We march. Onward.
First strikes. Engaging a waiting unit will grant the attacking unit a first strike. A unit executing a first strike will always act first, regardless of initiative. You'll recall last time Elaine went, then that Brigand went, the Axeman, and then Scarlet went. Now Elaine and Scarlet both went together.
Victory grows ever closer.
Elaine, good. All that remains now is to reclaim the town. Scarlet, that's where Lex headed, right? I hope he's okay. Liberating facilities. Garrisoning a unit in a town, fort, or other facility will allow that unit to liberate the facility.
The time is at hand. The path is set. 'Tis ours now.
Liberating facilities will replenish Valor points and boost your score upon completing the stage. Additionally, facilities that have been liberated will serve as bases from which allied units can be deployed. Lex! Lex, hey, sorry about that. They caught me off guard there. Don't worry, everyone's safe. I made sure of it. Elaine, I knew I was right to count on you. I'm glad you're unharmed as well. Lex, still wish I could have done more. Though, here, let me scout out ahead to make up for it. Unit movement. Units can be ordered to move to any location you specify. Like Lex's unit, move him to the marked location.
Sure thing. On it. I'm here.
Lex, just what I was hoping for. It's time to show these guys what I'm made of.
I'm up.
Alright, let's have
You
Lex
got it.
go fight. We all know how this is going to turn out.
Damn it.
Lose? Lex, damn, might have gotten too eager there. Elaine, Lex? No, we'll never make it in time. Joseph, allow me, Your Highness. Unit mobility. Different units have differing degrees of mobility. The higher this stat is, the quicker they'll move through a battle stage. A unit's combined mobility is determined by the individual mobility stats of its members. Chloe, Joseph's unit.
In service of the royal family. What would
Move
you
Joseph's
ask?
unit to Lex's unit. He's a cavalry, so he moves very quick.
As you wish.
Joseph, I am your foe this day. Prepare to be struck down. Swapping positions. When two allied units are in close proximity, one can swapping for the other. Press L or R to have Joseph's unit swapping for Lex's. Damage predictions. Before battle, you will see a prediction of how much damage each unit will take. Note how these predictions change when swapping units.
This isn't gonna end well.
Yep, this isn't gonna end well if Lex does the Fado. But Joseph has no problems.
Stand true!
Healing.
I fight in me yet.
He's also level 20. That helps.
A trivial undertaking.
Elaine, Lex, are you alright? Lex, somehow, yeah. Sorry for making you worry. Chloe, you know, it's a miracle you can even put your armor on straight. Here, this medicine should perk you up again. Acquired healing tonic. ×3. HP. When a combatant's HP falls to 0, they will be rendered incapacitated. Items and skills can restore HP and revive incapacitated combatants. Items. Select the items option from a unit's action menu to use an item. Okay, select, there we go. He just wants to sleep. We'll perk him right up with this healing tonic. Lex, phew, I needed that. Joseph, Chloe, perhaps you'd be better served watching after Lex directly. I fear he's a bit of a liability on his own. Chloe, very much agreed. No more messing around, Lex. I'll be keeping a close eye on you. Lex, Elaine, now then, this area appears to be safe for the time being. Let us hurry to the harbor. Joseph, my word, but that's Hodrick. He and I used to stand as the stalwart pillars of Cornea's defense. What might possibly have changed him? Hodrick, prepare yourself, rebels. Any foolish enough to defy Emperor Galerius must be put to the sword. Elaine, it seems our combat is our only path forward. Joseph, indeed, ridding this land of the enemy must be our first and only priority, no matter who that enemy may be. Defeat conditions, time limit expires. Yeah, there's a time limit. Victory conditions, defeat Hodrick. Don't worry, we're gonna make it on time. Selecting multiple units. Move the cursor while holding A to select multiple units and give them all the same order at once. After selecting the desired units, release A and choose a destination to order all selected units to head towards that location. Pausing the battle. Ordering a unit to move or pressing A during a battle stage will automatically pause the game. The move and item commands can be used even when the game is paused. Press B to resume the game. Okay, well, Joseph is level 20. He doesn't really need experience. So let's select, select Lex and Elaine's unit, and let's move them to
On it.
together. Let's see what they can do.
Your villainy ends here. We march on.
Okay, one knocked back.
Ready.
Lex does much better
Yes, sir.
here.
We march.
So I'm gonna just cancel movement and let them come up on us.
You face me.
This one's mine.
Yes, Lex. Why don't you get that one?
Sorry.
Oh, they've got a piercing attack, as you can see.
Ow!
I have you.
No stopping now. I'm up. You got it.
Onward. Your
Lane can
villainy
take
ends
out
here.
this one.
Let me. Light.
A fine job.
Alright, they've all been knocked into a waiting stage. So we'll use
Yes,
Elaine and Lex
I'll
to
not
finish
fail
them
you.
off.
Very well.
Joseph will supervise.
I'm ready to hit something.
Are you okay?
Score one for Lex.
Good job,
Take notes,
Chloe.
Lex.
On leveling up, yes. Lex could learn from
Done
that.
and dusted.
The time is at hand.
Elaine finished that one
Sure
off.
thing.
Lex
You
go
got it.
finish the other one.
This one's mine.
I shall hold nothing.
You face me.
Yes, Elaine will do it.
We march on. A fine bout. We march.
What would you ask?
Okay.
Time is at hand.
I'm actually
Awaiting
gonna
your
send Joseph to fight
As you
Hodrick
wish.
Leto. I happen to know that characters will have a lot to say in battle, and Hodrick and Joseph seems like they have a history.
You don't
First.
stand a chance.
Lex will finish off this spearman.
I have you.
That's how it's done. Told you I'm awesome.
What would you ask? Very well. Come.
This struggle will only prolong the pain. Accept the mercy of a swift demise.
I fail to understand, Hodrick. What has motivated this shift in allegiance?
Joseph, Cornea's most decorated knight. I shall close the book on your tale myself. Not today!
I have you! The battle is won!
Lane, such firm defenses, our weapons barely leave a scratch. Scarlet, perhaps my magic will work then. Leave this to me, Elaine. Fast forward. Hold ZR to fast forward the game, advancing time quickly. Fast forward can be used both in stage and during battles. If the game is paused, fast forwarding will automatically resume it.
Awaiting your command.
Alright, one thing to know is if you
I'll
order a
not
character
fail
to
you.
go attack, they're just going to keep doing it. So
What
I'm
would
going to
you
cancel
ask?
that action.
Ready.
We can see if Lex has
Yes,
anything
sir.
to say. Probably not. But then Elaine will
Onward.
go after Hodrick. We'll have
This one's
Lex
mine.
do a little engagement here. They didn't have anything to say, that's not a surprise.
Try again.
Are you okay?
No stopping now. See, Chloe? I can do stuff.
Oh, Lex, good job. Level up. We got 2 more hit points.
Sure thing.
Come then. Why are you doing this? You, who once stood as my mother's royal guard.
Enough of your questions, whelp. Interfere, and I shall see you suffer for it.
Let me.
So Scarlet's magic much more effective. So let's have Elaine and Scarlet finish this.
The path is set.
You'll note the damage preview has a skull on Hodrick's side, and that means we're gonna win and completely defeat the unit.
Onward. Your villainy ends here. We march on. I must never yield.
Elaine's level up went much better. Look at all those stat ups.
I can't fail my sacred mission.
Scarlet got a little more hit points and accuracy.
Victory grows ever closer.
Okay, stage is clear, and then we got all these bonuses and so forth. The score translates into gold, honors, which is a type of currency. They'll explain that later. Renown. They'll explain all this stuff.
What foolishness is this? One such as I, brought low by the corneate vermin that gnawed our ankles.
You've fallen far indeed, Hodrick. How many times did you stare death in the face at Her Majesty's side? Now, look what you've become. I may stand as your swordmaster no longer, but I can yet offer you a merciful end to your descent.
Wait.
Your Highness.
Tell me, Hodrick. Do you remember the times you and I played together? When I was still just a boy? Yours was a bond of loyalty few knights could hope to equal. Why cast that aside and bend the knee to Galerius? I refuse to cut down a friend without first knowing how we've reached this grim conclusion. A simple reason is all I ask. Please.
Elaine!
The ring! What sorcery is this?
Oh, my head. What am I doing here?
A spell to shackle the hearts of men.
'Tis the only way I can think to describe it, my prince. That ill-fated day, all the lords closest to your mother turned upon her without so much as a moment's notice. Unfortunately, my memories end there as well.
A frightful power, if what you say is true. This spell of control, it could be called. Such magic would go far in explaining how Galerius so swiftly brought Fevrith to its knees.
I shudder to think what unspeakable evil I wrought upon our world these last 10 years. Though there is no greater misdeed than turning my spear upon you, Prince Elaine.
That's enough. You mustn't blame yourself any further. But I do wonder, how is this ring capable of unmaking the spell?
In truth, I had believed it to be mere regalia, a symbol of your birthright and nothing more. To think the power of cleansing truly exists. Your Highness, that is the Ring of the Unicorn, ancestral treasure of Cornia's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil, but I had believed such tales to be mere fiction.
The Orthodoxy has a similar story about the Holy Unicorn. How it was a sacred beast able to purge darkness from our lands. It's entirely possible that the ring that bears its image is somehow capable of that same power.
Should Galerius's rule be built upon a foul sorcery that fetters our people, then this ring is the ray of light that will pierce its wicked heart.
Your words ring true, my prince.
Indeed. Were we able to free those bound by his cruel magics?
It might just bring the Iron Wall of Zenoira crashing down.
All told, I've often found myself plagued with doubt. Is it justice that guides our march, or paltry vendetta? Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother. Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. Mists that will soon be dispelled. It may take days, months, or even years, but I shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled, and slay Galerius like the beast he is. And how does Hodrick fare?
Well, all things considered, any fog that lingered in his mind seems to have cleared, and he stands ready to fight once more. By the way, Your Highness, allow me to brief you on our plans for when we arrive. Among the Liberation members I've mustered in my past excursions is a young yet skilled knight by the name of Clive. I'll ride to bring him to you the moment we reach solid ground.
You have my thanks.
A word, Elaine?
Is something wrong?
Well... No, it's nothing.
Are you sure? Anxiety will be the death of you if you keep it bottled up like that.
It really isn't important, I assure you. It's just... our lives have changed so drastically from the peace we had only yesterday. It barely seems real.
I can't say I feel any different. But I've always known this day would come. It's why I've spent all these years training under Joseph's careful instruction. A shame you never had the chance to meet my mother. She was always one to blaze a path forward, royal blade in arm. But as her heir, I intend to lead in much the same way.
Is that why you and Lex spent all your days banging swords down at the shore?
You've seen that, have you? You know, Hodrick was likely but one of many. And assuming the others who surrendered to Zenoira are being controlled as he was, we may just stand a chance in this. Yet our liberation is still in its nascent days. Promising, yes, but gravely fragile as well. Which is precisely why I'll need your help, Scarlet. To reclaim peace for all who have suffered.
Elaine, Of course. I'll do everything I can. As is my role as a priestess of the Palavian Church.
Hey, don't forget about me.
Lex.
What?
I'm sorry, my prince. Decorum doesn't come naturally to this fool.
It's all right. When you've known each other as long as we have, there's no reason to let formality bind us.
But there are protocols to observe. Rules we must follow as vassals in service of the crown. Still, I'm of the same mind. What mind he has, that is. I'll give my all in the royal name, Your Majesty.
Thank you all. I couldn't ask for a finer group of friends.
Okay, I think we will keep recording for a little bit. I want to start most episodes at the start of a battle. I think I'll have two types of episodes. The battle episodes and then the world management episodes. I happen to know there's a battle coming up, so we might as well start the next episode right at the battle. We'll save. And I'll override my test save file down there. Okay, difficulty. Well, I will play on this unlockable difficulty called True Zenoiran. You can only get this if you beat the game at least once. But you can normally, if you play the other difficulties, you can just change it. But not this one, you're stuck in it. Difficulty for players who wish to know the despair of unceasing torture. Members of defeated units cannot be redeployed, and difficulty cannot be changed once selected. I think there's a bunch of other changes too, but let's do it.
Elaine, why have you stopped?
We're surrounded.
Not the welcome party I was hoping for.
Get your vile claws off of me!
Let her go!
Chloe! I should have known you'd be behind this treachery, Renault.
What is the meaning of this?
Apologies for the icy reception, but we've business with the girl.
What business could you have with Scarlet? Unhand her this instant.
No, I don't think that will be happening. I act under orders from Emperor Galerius himself. As for what he plans to do with her, that's not for one of my station to know. Yet I shall see it done all the same.
No! Scarlet!
Renault, my work here is concluded. I leave the rest of you and your capable band. Aubin, don't worry, boss. I'll earn my keep and plenty more. Lex, straight into the hornet's nest, huh? You've got to do something, Elaine. Elaine, hear me, soldiers of Cornea. I ask that you stand aside for your returned prince. Aubin, sorry kid, can't do that. It's nothing personal, just following orders from the guy paying the coin. Elaine, damn, we've no hope of overcoming such numbers. Joseph, your highness! Clive, with us everyone, I beg you. Odric, come my prince.
I'm ashamed to hear you met such misfortune before I arrived.
Your Highness, this man is Clive, the knight we spoke of earlier.
A pleasure.
Still, it rankles the mind. I never would have dreamt that Galerius was after Scarlet, and not you, my prince.
Who was that knight who took her?
His name is Renault, formerly a proud servant of Queen Elenia, not unlike myself. And just as I fell victim to Galerius and his foul magic, it would seem he has met with a similar fate.
All the same, why Scarlet?
Perhaps her role as a priestess has something to do with it. Lately I've heard tell of Zenoira's desire to spread its roots into the Orthodoxy, making one with direct ties a prime target.
In any case, the risk to her safety is clear should she fall into Galerius's hands. And sitting idly by only serves to stoke my worry further. Let us be off at once.
Wouldn't do that if I was you. No chance you're helping the girl if you don't even know where you're going.
And you are?
Don't worry, he's a friend. A collaborator of mine by the name of Travis.
Fancy way to refer to a spy. You need intel, dirt, or just the latest weather, I'm your man.
And what of Renault?
Road east, faster than a clap of thunder. I can only assume he's going for the city. But the real problem is his army of mercenaries. We won't after Renault, we've got to go through them.
Your Highness, we all share your sense of urgency, but we've no hope of aiding Scarlet without first routing the enemy before us.
Right. We depart as soon as we are able.
Elaine, so that fortress over there serves as an enemy command post. Clive, indeed, Your Highness, and the region will not know peace until we can claim it as our own. Housecarl. Housecarls are excellent attackers who can lower an enemy's defense to deal heavy damage. Clive, as for us, this fortress here is our first and final line of defense. If the enemy overruns it, we'll have nowhere left to return. Elaine, then we defend it at any cost and proceed forth with extreme caution. Defeat conditions, the Liberation's command post is captured. Victory condition, defeat Aubin. Okay. Well, this is where I will pause this episode. I am thinking in the future, I'll lump the cutscene together with the intro of the battle episodes. I think that's a cleaner format. But yeah, there will be many more episodes to come. The game so far, I'm sure, seems simple. Almost kind of like an auto battler, but don't worry. Don't worry. It gets pretty crazy pretty quick. Thank you for watching. Until next time.